We call it Prospecting 101. Now, for most of us who have been in this business for a while, I think all of us here, we've all been around for a while. You will understand that we have 7 fundamental skills in network marketing. And number 1 is prospecting. The first skill is prospecting. So it's very important that we master this skill. In as much as I know that we are all work in progress, but we are expected to keep getting better by the day. So we're going to be looking at a very important aspect of our business, Prospecting 101. You've not started doing this business if you've not started prospecting. And for your business to continue and for your business to remain alive, you must continue to prospect. You must continue to do what? Prospect. Now, introduction. Now, what does it say here? It says that the moment you blame something or someone else for your lack of success or achievement, in that moment you take yourself out of control of your life. Oh yeah, okay. So the moment you blame something or something else for your lack of success or achievement, in that moment you take yourself out of control of your life. So what it means is, as you keep pointing fingers at others, you are also pointing back 4 fingers to yourself. So if you keep blaming others, it means that you are relinquishing control of your life. You are not taking responsibility of your success anymore when you keep blaming other people. And so that is what they mean here by this sentence. Now, it simply means you cannot be happy or successful or else something or someone else changes. So once you keep blaming other people for your lack of success, you can never be happy because you are no longer in control of your life. Other people control your happiness. Other people control your what? Your success. So that is the disadvantage of blaming other people. It seems as if they are the ones that are now controlling your happiness and success. Right? So you need to take responsibility for your success. Prospecting is a skill that requires what? Work. You have to do it yourself. You have to build what? Relationships. You can never succeed in this business without mastering the skill of prospecting. And like it says here, prospecting requires work. It requires what? Work. Our job in network marketing is to educate people to the point that they understand what we have. I want us to read this sentence together. Our job in network marketing is to do what? Educate people to the point that they do what? Understand what we have. Our job is not to bring people. Hello? Yeah. Our job is to educate people to the point that they understand what we are offering. Prospecting, simply put, is finding people to do what? Educate. Prospecting is finding people to do what? Are we together, please? People to educate. Prospecting, simply put, is finding people to educate. To provide understanding. To give knowledge. about our product or opportunity. So, what mindset do we approach prospecting with? Are we actually going out there to find people that we want to educate? Are we actually going out there to find people that we want to provide understanding? Hello. Okay. Yeah. So are we actually going out there to give knowledge about our product or what or opportunity? What is the mindset that we go out there with to prospect? So I repeat again, prospecting, simply put, is finding people to educate, to provide understanding, to give knowledge about our product or opportunity. So we are going out there to educate people. We are going out there to provide knowledge to people. We are going out there to provide people with understanding about our business, about what we do, about the network marketing industry. So let's have this at the back of our mind. We're not going out there to bring people. Now, we can snap to make it faster. Now, can I move on?
No, 1 second.
You know, all these things we are snapping, it is not just snapping, it is going back to it. After we finish snapping,
Yes.
are we going to go back to look at it? At times, by the time we go back to our phone, we say, okay, hey, did it have? We will just delete the thing. We will just delete it. So, let us understand that what we are learning today is very important. It's going to help us a lot. So, by the time we are done, please go back and look at it again. So, I'm free to move on, Abi.
Yes.
So, what are the wrong belief systems that prevent most people from prospecting? What are those belief systems that people have that usually prevent them from going about to show people an opportunity that can change their lives? Number one, the belief that for your opportunity to work, you must take advantage of or manipulate others. You know, some of us have this mindset that going out to look for people to join my business means that I'm going out there to manipulate people. That I'm going out there to tell them things that are not true. Why? Because you said you don't even have belief about what you are doing. And that is why it is very important that you must first of all grow your belief about your business before you can even go out there to prospect the right way. If not, you will have this mindset that your job is just to go and bring people. No, your job is to go out to educate people. So one of the beliefs that most people have is that for their opportunity to work, they must take advantage of or manipulate other people. Very, very wrong. The second wrong belief is that others will perceive you as taking advantage of them. You feel that when you go out to talk to people about your business, that people will look at you and feel you want to take advantage of them. Okay? While the third one It's believed that when someone tells you no, it diminishes your what? Your own ability to what? Succeed. And that is why we do not want to go out there to prospect. Because we don't want to hear the word no. We feel that anybody that tells me no, or the moment I hear no, it means that I will no longer succeed in my business. Good morning. Welcome. So these are some of the wrong beliefs, systems that prevent most of us from going out there to actually have a discussion or open up a discussion with people about what we do. Now, what are the kinds of people that we have in network marketing? I'm entering a territory where some of us are familiar with. Alright? Those of us that have been going through our New Connectors Academy when we started doing it online, you might begin to get familiar with some of these things that I'm about to show you now. So it's going to be a refresher. But for those of you who just connected newly, please open your mind so that you can get what we're about to show you. So can I go on?
Yes.
Now, you are done? Have you snapped? Alright, now, what are the kinds of people in multi-level marketing as regards to prospecting? We have the first set of people we call the posers. The what? Posers. Now, these are people that make a mental list of 3 or 4 or 5 people that will probably join their business. So when you join this business, you just make a mental list. You have about 2, 3, 4, 5 people that are in your mind that you feel, oh, if I connect these people, then ejebe gom, right? Ejebe gom, onya connect ana, bulube gom, lachabawaye, right? That is the mindset of what? Posers. Listen attentively. Listen attentively. Posers. They make a mental list of 3 to 4 to 5 people that will probably join their business. Then their whole future is based upon the response of those few people. They make a small mental list and then they see what happens. They never set out to develop the necessary skills. So they just depend on those few people that they have in their head. That if these people join, fine. If they don't join, then I'm doomed. I'm finished. Isn't it? These are posers. So they're not interested in developing the skills necessary for them to succeed in the long run or for the long term. Now we have the second group known as the amateurs. The what? The amateurs. Now for the amateurs, instead of making a small mental list, so they are not dependent on few people. These people make a written list. So you tell them, write 100 names. They begin to write it, isn't it? Very, very fast. Before I know they put there. So let's say they make a list of 100 prospects. Then they now have that tool that they feel, oh, now I have something that I'm going to use to launch out, isn't it? And so they charge out with excitement. They go out there with a lot of excitement because they now have a list of 100 people that will make money for them, isn't it? So they are excited and they go out there. And what then happens? But then when they go out with the excitement, they don't have any skill. And then they begin to do what? Prospect. And as they begin to prospect, their lists begin to do what? Diminish gradually. I know this happens to everybody, even myself. They say write 100 names and send messages to them, isn't it? And then you now send message and they begin to call them. The list is doing what? It's going down. And as it's going down, anxiety depression, and now it begins to set in because you know I say na ihe ozukwa ihe si na ye jetekwa ka anyị na-ejetekwa n'ihe. So as their list gets smaller and smaller, their anxiety grows higher and higher. Their biggest fear is running out of people. They begin to fear. Now, list was basic and eventually that list will finish, isn't it? So these are amateurs. So begin to identify where you are currently at. Begin to identify yourself. Are you a poser? Were you just dependent on 5 or 4 or 3 people? And because those people did not join, now your world has ended. Or are you an amateur that, yes, we told you write 100 names, write 200 names, and you've written everything. And then your whole success is dependent on those 100 names or 200 names that you wrote down. And as we began to call them, the list began to diminish and diminish and diminish. And today, you know one guy and I said, "Nah, I'm going to mapa. No problem. Ke Diamond Project. Now, but then we have the what? The professionals. The what? The professionals. Now, the professionals, they understand that true success is about developing lots of what? Lots of what? Great leaders and helping lots of people, not just lucky and finding one. So they are not wishing to get lucky. They are deliberate about helping people. Are we following? They are deliberate about helping what? People, lots of people. They are not wishing to be lucky, to just find one person, and when they find that person, then they are made for life, isn't it? No. They want to keep helping people. So they have a long-term what? Commitment to success. So you must make that deliberate commitment. I'm going to be here for the long term because it is not just about me. It is not just about a few people. It's about lots of people that can make that their life can be transformed through this solution that I'm offering. So begin to have a mind shift. Make those mental adjustments. Are you going out there to look for people to help? Or are you going out there to bring people so that you will do what? Be making money. What is the mindset that you have? So, out of these 3 set of people, where are you supposed to aspire to be? A professional, isn't it? Fine. I want to move. Are we done? Can I move? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Now, in the business of recruiting, you need to be prepared to recruit at least what? 20 to 30 people to start with. Guess what? If you have not recruited up to 20 to 30 people into this business, then you might not even find one active person. Active meaning that that person is here to stay for the long term. So the minimum you should aspire to recruit is about 20 to 30. For a start though. Why? Excuse me. Thank you. Why should you aspire to recruit 20 to 30 persons to start with? It is because 1/3 of those people you recruit, 1/3, that's 1/3, of those people you recruit will do absolutely what? Nothing. They will just come in, pay money, and they will disappear. 2 of us. Then another one third, we do little. We do what? Very little. They can just last for a period of time. And they will fizzle out. Something will distract them. Or somebody will discourage them, isn't it? We have dream stealers. What is yoke? Attrition. They will attrit. So they do little. But then, another one third will make good what? Income. So it means that for you to get that average, the portion of people that will build your business, it is not just a handful. You need to do what? Spread your tentacles, isn't it? The more, the merrier. The more, the better. Knowing fully well that some will do nothing, some will do little, and then very few will do the business. So all the time and energy you put in trying to help weaker what? Downlines to grow is a waste of all the time and energy that you try to force people to do what? Force them. This help, I'll change it to force. Your whole life is dependent on those people. You feel that if these people do not do this business, they are finished. So you tell them to come from millionaire school, they are giving you excuse. Tomorrow you go back to them again. Come for sales meeting, they give you excuse. You go back to them again. Come for NCA, they give you excuse. You go back to them again. In fact, you now go to their house. You say, "Ke follow her, Apollo." Hasike mba na mama ha nwụrụ nya na ya eje akwamozu. Na ya atọ eje kwadobe ihe ha eje wee kwa ozu. You know? So you keep getting excuses upon what? Excuses. But you see, because you feel your whole life is dependent on those few people, you keep going back, isn't it? So all the time and energy you are putting in to trying to help those people that have decided not to help themselves is a complete waste of. Use this time to help motivated what? Downlines, those your teammates that you've identified, that these people, even without me saying ha, without me saying they're even the ones calling me to ask me, okay, what do I need to do? What is the next thing I need to do? Those are the people you pay attention to. These are prospecting. So this is the circle of influence. This diagram is trying to portray something. So the inner circle, you have your family, friends. This is where you have more influence. Right? So your family, your immediate family members, your friends, this is where you have more what? Influence. Then you have the external, which is your acquaintances. So you have less influence. People who are not so close to you, you have less influence. Do you understand? That is even before you now talk about strangers. Strangers are even outside this box. So this is the level of perspective. So most times we say start from here, isn't it? The inner circle where you have more what? Influence. Then you now go outside to your acquaintances before you now go out to strangers. Okay? But you know that mostly it is even this acquaintance and the strangers that will be the ones that will take you to where you want to be. Not even your what? Your inner circle. But this is a very good place to start from. Are you following? Yeah, this is a very good place to start from. Now, let's move on. There's what we call the active candidate list. So how do you build an active candidate list? How do you build an active candidate list? There are steps you need to follow. So the active candidate list means when you start your business, you need to keep adding people to your list every day or every opportunity that you are exposed to. We meet people every day, isn't it? We meet them different ways. So as you get to meet people, keep adding them to your list. That means that you are building an active candidate what? List. People that you will then show the opportunity to when the time is right. When the time is what? Right. It doesn't mean that once you connect to them, immediately you begin to show them the opportunity. Remember that prospecting is different from inviting. Hope we are aware. Prospecting is different from inviting. Inviting is different from presentation. So these skills are separate in itself. So this is the first skill, because prospecting is all about finding people to show the business to. Finding them, that is what prospecting is. Finding people that you want to show the business to. It is after you found the people that you now talk about inviting them. There's a skill for inviting, for invitation. And there is another skill for presenting the opportunity to them. And there are more skills that we need to understand. So how then do we build an active candidate list? Number one is you make a list of people outside your circle of influence. So remember we talked about the circle of influence, right? The inner circle, friends, family. And then the one outside is your acquaintance. So the inner circle is already known, isn't it? So after you must have exhausted your inner circle, which is your friends and family, those are the ones we tell you, start from. Bring out your phone, write out the names of your contacts. Most of them there are friends and family. Then acquaintances are your outside circle of influence. So for you to keep building an active candidate list, a list that you can keep exploring, you need to begin to look at into your outer circle. So make a list of people outside your circle. Think about every organization you have been part of. Think about some of those organizations that you are part of. CWO. If you are into one fellowship or the other, what are those organizations? Church programs or societies. Think about them. If you are into one foundation or the other, think about those foundations. If you are part of a club, think about those clubs. Your umunna, your ndi obo, otu obo, or whatever it is called. Think about those things. So, think about every organization you've been part of. If you were a nurse before, you will have a group where all the ex-nurses are there. Think about it. Now, every group you've ever been involved with, think about every group. Because this is the way you are expanding your list, isn't it? You are deliberately thinking about, how do I get more people into my business? How do I find more people that I can show my opportunity to? So think about every group you've ever been involved with. That's step one. So this is step one. All right. Now, step two is called the second degree of separation. Now, you have identified these people, you've made a list of people outside your circle of influence. You've thought about organizations you've been part of. You've equally thought about groups that you've been involved with. Number two is for you to now look at the second degree of separation. Second degree of separation simply means these people that I've now identified, who do they know that I might also know? Are you following? Who do they know that I might also know? We call that the second degree of separation. So look at your contacts and think about the people they know. Chances are that you will also know most of them. So if you look at your list, you begin to ask yourself, this person, if we are in this club and I know this person, I'm friends with this person probably has a circle of friends, isn't it? I might know one or two persons amongst those people. So we'll call that the second degree of separation. Think about members of your family. Who do they know? Add them to your list. Your family members. Who do they know? Who are their friends? It's possible that their friends also know you, isn't it? And you know them. Add them to your list. Think about your friends. Who do they know? Add them to your list. So this is what is called the second degree of separation. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. Okay? All right, now. Huh? Okay? So do I move on?
No.
All right. There's no time more. All right. Now think about all the relationships in your life. Who do they know? Add them to your list. So just think about all this. So it's just about think about people you know. Who do they know? Keep adding them to your list. So we are trying to brainstorm, trigger your thought process. These people that I know, that I'm close to, who do they know? There's every likelihood that I also know a couple of them. And as you keep identifying them, keep adding them to your list. Keep adding them to your list. Alright, so when you add them to your list, you can now begin to intentionally build relationships with those people. After you must have built relationships with them intentionally, then you can now begin to do what? To invite them, I mean to say, not to prospect, because you've already prospected by identifying them, isn't it? Then you can now begin to do what? Invite them. Now, step 3 is constantly expand your list. Constantly expand your list. Have a goal to add at least 2 people to your list every day. So it's a deliberate thing. Every day when you wake up, today I'm going to meet people today. So I need to add people to my list. Today I'm going to meet people today. So I need to add people to my list today, isn't it? We've said this already. You come into contact with people every day. Keep adding them to your list. You do business with new people every day. Add them to your list. You meet new people every day. Add them to your list. This one is straightforward, isn't it? Yeah. So it's just straightforward. You meet people every day, just keep adding them to your list. Whether it's your co-worker, is in your business environment, whether it's in your work environment, whether it's in your family environment, anywhere you meet people, get their numbers, keep adding them to your list. All right. Step 4 is network on purpose. Network on what? Purpose. Network on purpose. So what does this mean? It is hard to meet new people if you are hiding from the world. So if you are just indoors, or maybe you say, I'm an introvert, I don't like meeting people, I don't like talking to people, it's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult. So you need to deliberately network. Get out there. Join a new gym, those of us that work out. Right? You can change gym from time to time, isn't it? Just to make new friends, Abi? So deliberately join new gyms. Volunteer for a cause that's important to you. So you have passion for helping people. If there's any charitable foundation out there that is looking for new members, you can volunteer. Because you know, when you join such an environment, you meet new people, you make more friends, isn't it? So create new associations. Find places and organizations where you can meet new people. Go there. Be part of what they are doing. And then you keep intentionally expanding your list. All right? Now let's move on. I believe we're done taking that, isn't it? So find places and organizations where you can meet new people. Okay? So this is how you build an active candidate list. So this is just a suggestion or an advice. Follow this and you see you will be able to create and build an active list. A list where you will never run out of people to show the opportunity to. Now we are beginning to get to the place where you will begin to see more interesting things, right? Now these are some rules we need to abide with. These are some rules we need to abide by. Number one is do not prejudge people. We know what prejudging means. Yes. Do not say, this person will do my business, this person will not do my business. I know this person too well. He doesn't like this kind of thing. Do not prejudge anybody. Let everybody see the opportunity and make their decision. Number two is write their names down no matter what. No matter who they are, the first thing is to put it down on paper. Let it be on black and white. Right? Whether you intend to show them or not, just put it down first. Are you following? Write their names down. The act of writing it will help to trigger what? More and more contacts. By the time you write down a person's name, in your mind you might be, this person now. You begin to now remember how you met the person, the places you've been with the person, the people around that person's circle of influence. You can begin to now relate that, this person knows this person. This guy, I know him too. You will remember his name. You begin to look for his number. I think I have his number somewhere. You get his number, you add it. So it triggers remembrance. You begin to remember a lot of more people to add. So writing it will help trigger more and more what? Contacts. Think of your prospects as what?
Doorway.
As doorway. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very. In fact, let's underline this. Let's asterisk this particular phrase here or sentence. The reason most of us do not show some people our opportunity is because we are not seeing them as doorways, we are seeing them as what? Destination. Some people are there to lead you to other people. Some people are not the end in itself. They are not the ones that will do the business. Their job is to see the opportunity and lead you to people that will now do the what? Business. So let's look at people, all our prospects, let's see them as doorways. Eventually, those that are destinations will arrive, isn't it? We'll see them. But most of them are usually doorways that lead us to the people that will eventually do our business. If you have 20 prospects, it means that you have 20 what? Doorways. It means that you have 20 walls that you can what? Explore. So the more the better. The more the better. Now, rarely is the person that you personally recruit into your business going to be the super what? Star. Most often, it is the person that person recruits that eventually now turns out to be the super what? Star. It might not be the person directly. Who do they know? You don't know, isn't it? But by the time you show them the opportunity, they can lead you to that eventual person that will do the business. There are most times doorways leading to somebody that is hungry, because you need people who are hungry. People who desire a change. Not everybody wants to leave their comfort zone, isn't it? Some people want to remain there. Oh, when they cool, wow, we go. I hope we know. They just want, they don't want headache again. They just want have to go to have to hire bar. No, that's what they want. They want to just be there. You can't come on the edge and manage it. They don't want to stress their life. So there are most times doorways leading to somebody hungry. Are we done? All right. All right. There are most times always leading to somebody hungry. You need those people who are hungry to build something significant. So let's move. Sometimes brutal honesty is what we need to prompt us to do what? I should go back. Sometimes brutal honesty is what we need to cause a change in how we approach this business. Sometimes brutal honesty is what we need to prompt us to change. If everyone is telling us no, then we have to change what we say. What to do what? Say. If each time you open your mouth to prospect, you hear no, you hear no, you hear no, then it means something is off. You need to change what you say. That is why skill mastery is very, very vital. You need to keep improving your skill every blessed day. Okay? Most times, prospects don't say no to our opportunity. Instead, they say no to how we describe our what? Opportunity. So if everyone is telling us what? No. When we prospect them, then we have to look at ourselves. We are the common what? We are the common what? Denominator in every prospecting. We are the common denominator in every prospecting. The good news is that we can change what we say and we will get different what? Results. The good news is that we can change what we want. The good news is that we can change what? And get different. So if everybody is telling us no, each time we open our mouth to prospect, and our also, it means there's something significantly wrong with the way we are prospecting. So we need to change our approach. We need to learn to say the right words while prospecting. So let's move. Are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Can I go on? All right. Now, prospects have the option to continue with their lives just as they are. Prospects don't have to listen to us or take our what? Solutions. All we do is offer them one more what? Option. So when we look at our business from the viewpoint, from that viewpoint, we don't feel like a sales what? Person. So all we are doing is we are offering them one more option to better their life. So it's not a must that they must embrace the solution we are what? We are trying to give them. No, it's not a must. So prospects have the option to continue with their lives just the way it is. It is their option. It is their choice. They don't have to listen to us or take our what? Solution. No. No matter how good you feel your solution is, you cannot force it down their neck. No. So all we do, so because when we approach this with this mindset, it becomes easier for you and I. So all we do is we offer them one more option. Yes, we know that all these things we are doing now, yes, it's working, it's doing this, it's doing that, but this is one more what? Option that you can look at, isn't it? Who knows? So you're offering them one more what? Option. So you're not going there to tell them that you're wasting your time. Hear what he say. You go on the corner and what there? Or you have to make it a way below mother. They are talking down on them, isn't it? And they feel is in us, yeah, in a feel is in a Naiha name was in his oh yeah, no kicking one is again and getting one cousin. One of the Azian cancel the Zen Yaba. The Azian Kai. Oh yeah. So that is it. When you go there with the mindset that no Kegiwa, Unke Kachamba, they look at you and say, well, so bad they honor. Then they are Polosian cancel. Right? So when you understand this, you no longer feel like a salesperson. It becomes a natural conversation with you and the person. The person understands that you are there to help. You are not there for your own gain. Now, when we approach prospects with this viewpoint, there is no more what? Rejection. No more fear. No more sleazy salesman feeling. So we're not feeling like a salesperson anymore. Instead, we feel obligated to talk to our prospects. It's an obligation. I'm sure I want to show you one more option for you. Something that could probably add extra income to your pocket. And who knows? If you look at it and you feel it is something that will work for you, we can maybe get together and explore it and talk about more. So I'm going to be seeing some scripts we can use as we go on, but we need to have this mind shift, this mental shift. Because if we don't, we'll keep suffering what we are suffering. We feel that everybody must do our business, and so anybody that tells you no, the person becomes your enemy. Now, we want our mindset to be, prospects will love me for giving them an extra what? Option. I feel good about talking to new what? Prospects. So that is how we want to feel. That prospects will love me for giving them one more option for their lives. They will love me. So let me go out there and talk to more people, because they're going to love my approach, isn't it? They will love the fact that what I'm here today is to offer them one more option. Whether they want it or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is that they will still love me because I came to offer them one more what? Option. Something that could probably help them. Who knows? Nobody knows, isn't it? But it could. But they need to see it first. So let's move. Are we done? I want to move. So what are the tips to help get the prospecting off to a good start? What are the tips that will help you get your prospecting off to a good start? Number one is you need to make a positive first impression. No, this is not number one though, but it's just the whole, everything starts here. Make a positive first impression. How? Number one, your demeanor will set the tone of the entire encounter. Your demeanor, meaning your body language, the way you are approaching the person, and so on and so forth. Be constantly aware of your facial what? Expression. How are you wearing your attitude on your face? If you frown all the way up to the point where you and the prospect make eye contact, it is too late to smile, especially when you are about to prospect a stranger, right? If you are approaching that person and you are frowning, you are not setting a good tone for the conversation. So these are tips to help get your prospecting up to a good start. So your demeanor, very important. Your tone, and then your facial expression. You need to wear a smile on your face. Now, number three is that if you drag your feet, demeanor is your disposition. That's the way, yes, the way you look, your courage, even your courage, isn't it? The way you walk, everything, all encompassing. If you drag your feet while walking, you appear what? Lazy. So all this matter while we approach people. You want to prospect somebody for the first time. You need to stand erect. Slumping over makes you appear defeated. This one. Is it this one? You know what dragging feet is now? It's normal now. But it makes you appear. It's not as if you are, but you appear lazy. Everything is psychology. Do you understand? It's just like when you go for an interview. There are certain things that your interviewers are looking out for. It's not what you say. You can be a very intelligent person, but your courage, your disposition matters a lot. Yeah, welcome. So number 4 says stand erect. Slumping over makes you appear what? Defeated. Walk with purpose. People follow people who have a sense of who they are. Now, if you want to have a team to lead, then carry yourself like a what? Like a leader before you have a team to lead. Very important. So, you must first see yourself as a leader, carry yourself as a leader, before people will want to be part of what you are offering. So this one is very natural. There are people that we see and we are like, nah, I would love to be under this person's mentorship. It's not true. It's not true. It's a natural thing. Because of the way they carry themselves. They might not be the most intelligent, but their courage, their disposition, the way they appear, they have that confidence. They exude confidence. Right? So don't mumble when you what? Speak. Mumbling shows a lack of what? Confidence. So speak clearly. Don't mumble. You know what mumbling means? You know that. It will come definitely, but the mumbling will come. No, it's not supposed to come. It's not supposed, if you are prepared, it will not come. Yes. If you are prepared.
I'm saying that going for this in the first place, you don't see that kind of thing. So you get prepared. Now see, the whole essence is no. See, hold on. You are right. You are right. But it is not for everybody. Some people will have it for the first time. You know, some persons. But then one thing I want to also highlight here is, do not wait until you are perfect before you try. Okay? Just like she said, it is natural that maybe if you want to do it for the first time, you might mumble. Do you understand? But after a while, by the time you do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, it becomes natural. It becomes, it's not something that you struggle with that much anymore. So, but we need to know that if we have like 5 sentences and we are mumbling every time we want to say one sentence, it's a big problem, isn't it? But if you mumble once, maybe at the beginning, but then as you start talking, you are now more confident. People will know that at least she knows what she's saying. Maybe it was just lack of confidence at the initial point. But when you mumble all through, you are mumbling. So that is it. So don't mumble when you speak. Mumbling shows a lack of confidence. So speak clearly. Number 7, don't also talk too what? Fast. It will make you too hard to understand. So don't talk too fast. Don't talk too fast. So that people can hear you clearly. So these are tips to help get your prospecting off to a good start. These are just tips. Number 4, stand erect. I'm standing erect now. Number 4, slumping over makes you appear defeated. Slumping over like something like this now. Maybe instead of looking straight at the person, you understand? So it makes you look as if you lack confidence. And that's why you notice that some people, it's just that most of you here are ladies. For men, even the way you shake shows your confidence level. Do you understand? When they got caught, oh, guy, shake, even you feel intimidated. Do you understand? All those things matter. It matters. All those things matter. So, the way we walk up to people also matters a lot. So let's walk up to them with confidence. All right. So can I move on? You should not remember when you speak.
Mumble.
Number.
Which one? Is it number 6?
It's mumble, not number. Mumble. 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 M-U-M-B-L-E. Okay, let's move on. We have wasted a lot of time here. Can I go? Can I move on? Can I move on? I think we can get this part later for those of us that have not finished writing. Which one?
Don't talk too fast.
This one? 2, yes. Double O. Double O. 2. Don't talk too fast. T-O-O. T-O-O. I'll correct it later.
But why don't we talk fast?
Huh? Too fast.
So that they will understand. They are talking fast. As I'm teaching us.
No, I'm not talking too fast though. I'm not talking too fast.
You see, you are talking fast now. Inside it's small, like I don't longer see. He's correcting something. Too hard.
Can I go on? Now, so I'm recommending that we go and read the 7th law of prospecting. Yeah, I'm recommending we read the book Prospecting Rules. Prospecting what? Rules. We'll get to see some of these things there. So the 7th law of prospecting. What does this 7th law say? It says, he who asks the questions control the what? Conversation. That's the 7th law of prospecting. He who does what? He who asks the questions control the conversation. So common rules of conversation will compel the prospects to answer your what? Questions. In fact, ignoring your questions will be downright rude. So if the prospects, at the point of your prospecting, you are asking questions, it is going to seem rude for the prospects not to answer those questions. That is what this rule is trying to say. So if you are if you form the habit of asking questions while prospecting, you will get better results. You will get what? Better results. Once you develop the skill of asking strategic questions in a non-threatening what? Manner, you will have complete control of the what? You will have complete control of the what? Conversation. Are we getting tired? Yes. We must finish this today. Or you are the ones delaying me by writing. I want us to finish this. So once you develop the skill of asking strategic questions in a non-threatening manner, you will have complete control of the what? Conversation. So just know that the 7th law of prospecting is all about asking questions. Asking what? Questions. Because your questions control the conversation. The questions you ask is what control the conversation between you and the prospect. And the prospect will feel obliged. will be downright rude, meaning that the person will feel rude to the person to ignore the question that you are asking. So it's going to be downright rude for that person to not want to answer those questions you are asking. So you need to lead with questions while prospecting. Remember that what we are trying to arrive at is the best way to prospect. The right words to use while prospecting. Those things that we have to say. How we need to craft our conversation. So are we done? Are we done? So we need to underline or asterisk this sentence. That he who asks the question controls the what? The conversation. Very important point for today's training. Very important point. He who asks the question control the conversation. So while you are prospecting, learn to ask questions. And we're going to give you some examples. So do I go on? Yeah. So how many of us have heard about magic question? So if you've read the book on prospecting rules, you'll come across this. Okay? So magic question is an effective magic question will come across as a natural part of the conversation. So this is a question that helps you start a conversation with a prospect. So it's known as the magic what? Question. When you ask the magic question, the prospect will follow suit by answering those questions. So I classify the magic questions into two. One is the direct question, and then we'll have the indirect question. So that one is my own classification. Direct and indirect. So we'll go through it. So the important thing is that you don't want to sound threatening to that prospect. Threatening in the sense that you don't want the prospect to avoid having a conversation with you. You want the prospect to be open to having that conversation with you about what you intend to offer. Okay? Without even you're not going to be sharing the opportunity with the prospect at that point. Because that means you will now be going to the next part, which is the presentation and all. All you are trying to do at this point is so that the prospect will be open enough to want to take a look at what you are offering. That is your goal at the point of prospecting. You want them to be open to at least taking a look. So what you are trying to get from them is that, okay, I would like to see what you are offering. So you want them to be open. That's the essence of prospecting. That's the essence of asking the questions. So that they are now open to now saying, okay, let me see what you have to offer. Okay. Now, example of direct magic question. So like I said, we have the direct and indirect. That is how I classified it. So what is an example of a direct magic question? So we're going to be taking down some examples here. So Jack, let me ask you a question. Are you at all open to explore outside opportunities as long as they don't conflict with what you are already doing? This is a direct question. You're having a conversation with Jack. The person's name is Jack. Yes, the person you are prospecting. And you ask the person this magic question. Jack, let me ask you a question. Maybe you are just having a chat, but at the point in the conversation, you now say, but Jack, let me ask you a question. Are you at all open? Are you at all open to explore outside opportunities as long as they don't conflict with what you are already doing? What will Jack respond?
Yes.
Say yes now. Of course. So you see, you are leading with a question, isn't it? And Jack feels obliged to answer your question because that question is not threatening to Jack. Is it threatening? It's not threatening. So he feels obliged to answer your question. This is another question. Do you look at other ways to make money if they don't take too much time? This is a wrong English, if it doesn't take too much time. Do you look at other ways to make money if it doesn't, or you can say if it doesn't take too much what? Time. If it doesn't take too much time. Let me correct it. If it's so these are examples of questions, right? Do you look at other ways to make money if it doesn't take too much what? Time. So what will Jack tell you? It depends on what it is, isn't it? Or, of course. So it has opened the room for you to now extend the solution you have or the whatever it is you have. Now another one is this. Are you at a point in life where you will be open to explore outside what? Opportunities. Another one is this. Do you ever feel like you are what? Oh, this is another wrong English. What? W-O-R-T-H. You are what more than you are being what? Paid. Do you ever feel like you are worth more than you are being what? Paid. This is a direct question to Jack. Do you ever feel that you are worth more than you are being what? Paid. Jack will say, man, this money where they pay me, of course now, it's less than I'm worth, isn't it? So it opens room for more or better conversations. Another one is, do you keep your income options open? Nena, do you keep your income options open? Let me ask you a question, Nena. Do you keep your income options open? Do you keep your income options open? What's the meaning? Sources of making income now.
Is it telling him all that I have made?
No. I'm trying to extend my opportunity to you. Right? So, but I need to be sure that you are open to listening to me. I need to ensure that I'm not talking to the wrong person. Because I don't want to be sharing my opportunity with someone that doesn't want it. So that is why I'm trying to ask a question to understand your perspective, whether you are somebody that is fit for what I'm trying to offer. So what is the question? Nena, can I ask you a question, if you don't mind? Do you keep your income options open? That's the various ways. So it's not everybody that will understand it. So that's what I'm saying. All these things are options you can use. So it is not, I'm not saying you use one. You can use anyone. So depending on the kind of person you are talking to. If it's someone like me, I understand what she's trying to say. But some people will not understand it. So this question is, do you keep your income options open? This particular question. No, it is a way to... Yes. So let's look at, all these are options. Let's start from the first one. Do you understand this first one?
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah.
In this particular question,
Yeah.
are you trying to bring her closer.
Yes, that's the intention. You are getting your attention. Yes, you want to get her intention, or rather her attention. I mean to say her attention. So you are asking her a question so that you know if she'll be open-minded to
And from there,
take a
if you
look.
really understand what you really need, she will ask you what you need.
Of course, you will now break it down. You now tell her, okay, are you open to making more money, or are you satisfied with how much you are currently earning? Say, I'm looking for ways to make more money, isn't it? You see, you have opened up. That's the essence of prospecting. So she has told you now that she desires more options. So when you are now offering that option you have, she'll be willing to take a look, isn't it? But if you just budging on her and say, "Maybe I go don't wait until you go see bia, no we can do say make this money kita." Now you like it. Do you ever explore other ways to make money? So if she's saying that, you can her the home because you know this person is not somebody to waste your time on, isn't it? So you have already been able to do what? Sort at that point. The goal is you are sorting people who are qualified to take a look at what you are offering, and people who are not. You are trying to sort them when you ask questions like this. Are you open to exploring additional streams of income? So these are just different words or phrases or sentences you can use. All right, so let's move to the next one. So, but remember, before you start asking these questions, right, from here to here, you need to start with this first one. You say, if it's Nnenna now, you say, Nnenna, let me ask you a what? Do you look at other ways to make money if it doesn't take too much time? Nnenna, let me ask you a question. Are you at a point in life where you will be open to explore outside what? Opportunities? Adachuku, let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like you are worth more than you are being paid? Doris, let me ask you a question. Are you open to exploring additional streams of income? Right? Anyone you choose to use. So it is direct. You're asking that person directly for his or her response. Now let's look at example of indirect magic.
If he says yes.
If he says yes, fine. Don't worry, we'll get there. So examples of direct magic what? Question. Okay, we are done with this. So let's go to indirect now. Example of indirect magic question. So for indirect magic question, you are asking the person, but you are making the person feel that he's not the one you are interested in. Hello? This is the person I want to look at my opportunity, but I'm making him feel like I'm not interested in him. I want him to lead me to someone else. That is the essence of indirect question. So let's look at it. So what you do is you go up to somebody named Carol or somebody named Mr. Cletus, and you say something that sounds like this. Say, Carol, I'm working on an exciting little business project, and you might be able to do what? I'm working on an exciting little business what? Project, and you might be able to help me. Would you happen to know anyone? Would you happen to know what? Anyone that might be interested in taking a look at a sensible way to earn some extra what? Income. So this one is an alternative. You can say, or interested in starting a no-hustle sideline business. So you can rephrase it. It mustn't be exact words used there. So, but this is a guide. So you are talking to Carol, but you are trying to seek her assistance. You are asking her for her help to direct you to somebody that she feels is looking for an extra means of making what? Money. So, but you know Carol needs it, so isn't it? You know that Carol needs that extra income. But you are making her feel like you don't need her. You want her to direct you to someone else. All right. So, Carol, I'm working on an exciting little business project, and you might be able to help me. Would you happen to know anyone that might be interested in taking a look at a sensible way to make what? Extra income, or to earn some extra income? Do you happen to know anyone? You get Carol thinking, isn't it? She started thinking now, question now, this lady Jumo. Extra income kwa. Extra income kwa. I know me ba na cho come me say, na cho You can use Igbo self and ask this question, isn't it? It's earlier and Igbo, Joya. And at times, in some instances, even if they are not interested, they might say it depends on what it is. So you see, they've opened up for an opportunity to take a look because you are interested in having them to want to take a look at what you are offering. So if they say it depends on the kind of business you are referring to, you will now say, okay, if you are open to taking a look, we can set up a get-together, or we can get together to review the information, and so on and so forth. So this is an indirect way. So I want to give other examples of indirect question. All right, so let me give other examples. So this is another one. Say I'm looking for people who are bored with their jobs and are looking for something else. So you're telling Carol that you need her help, isn't it? That you are looking for people who are with their jobs and are looking for something else. So you need her help, and then you ask the question, Abi. Number 2, Carol, I need your help. I'm looking for people who hate their bosses and would like to be their own boss. Number 3, Carol, I need your help. I'm looking for people stressed for time who will like more time with their family. Number 4, Carol, I need your help. I'm looking for people who will retire soon and would love to double their retirement pension. Right? Carol, I need your help. I'm looking for people who want to take supplements but can't swallow pills or fear the side effects. Are you following? This one will work for our hydrogen bottle well, isn't it? I'm looking for people who want to take supplements but can't swallow pills or fear the side effects of taking drugs. Do you happen to know anybody like that? You know you can modify it. Yes. Now, I'm looking for people who hate their jobs and would like to have a career helping people. I'm looking for people who are underpaid and want to be paid what they are worth. I'm looking for parents who love their children and want an extra income to put their children into private schools. So these are examples of indirect magic question. You're trying to open up a conversation that will lead to the person taking a look at what you're offering. Okay? Okay, done. All right. So we move, Abby. People should snap now. It's not for everybody, it's for some people now. All right, so mental judo. The concept of mental judo is to use the prospect's thoughts to influence his perception of you and your offer. Mental judo, this concept of mental judo is to use the prospect's thoughts to influence his perception of you and your offer. It teaches you how to use the prospect's own thoughts to redirect his thoughts and gain his what? Confidence. You want the prospect to think that you and them think alike. By saying what they are what? Thinking. You will secure a strong connection with them. When the prospects hear you speak their own thoughts, they will perceive you as an ally, not a what? Threat. The subtle, gentle influence is the essence of mental judo. Now, let me give an example. You are meeting someone for the first time, and you want to start up a conversation with that person. Or probably you have started off the conversation, and it now gets to a point in that conversation, you want to now ask the magic question. Meaning that you now want to find out if this person will be open to taking a look at your opportunity. This is a stranger. He's a stranger. You've not known this person before. You just met him for the first time. Now, at that point where you want to ask that person that question, maybe you now open your mouth and ask the question. The person in his mind, he will be like, which one is this one now? Are we not just meeting for the first time? Which authority do you have to be asking me all these questions? So, but if you put yourself in that person's state of mind, that is the concept of mental judo. So you are not placing yourself in that person's state of mind. You understand that this person is having this thought process. He's looking at you and saying, but we're just meeting for the first time. Why are you now asking me this kind of questions, right? So you need to put yourself in that position first by altering some of the words that will make the person understand that, look, that thing you are thinking, I am also thinking the same thing. I also acknowledge the fact that this is what you are thinking. So when you come with that thought process, the person is now calm. No wonder, at least we are on the same page, isn't it? That is the concept of mental judo. So let me give some examples so that we'll understand better. Right? Because if you are meeting someone for the first time, if you do not acknowledge this fact, the person will definitely not be open to what you are offering. So one example is when you meet somebody and you tell the person, I understand that we've not met ourselves before. Or I know that you don't know me from Adam. Do you understand? But do you mind if I ask you a question? I acknowledge the fact that we've not met each other before. We are just meeting for the first time. We don't know ourselves from Adam. But will you mind if I ask you this question? The person knows that you've acknowledged the fact that you have never met, that this is just the first time you are meeting. And you sought permission, isn't it? So that is the concept of mental judo. So now, these are some examples. You say, by the way, Jack, I realize we just what? Met. And we don't know each other from Adam. But I just need to ask you a question. The person will say, go ahead, isn't it? Do you ever explore other ways to make money if they don't take too much time? So this is the same magic question. The only thing they inserted here is the concept of mental judo. It's the same question. But now, because he's a stranger, you are meeting the person for the first time, so you need to put yourself in the shoes of that prospect. What's this prospect thinking at this point where I want to ask him this question? What is he thinking? So at that point, you are acknowledging the fact that, look, yes, I know we are just meeting for the first time, but do you mind if I can ask you this question? By the way, Jack, I realize we just met and we don't know each other from Adam, but I just have to ask you a question. Are you at a point in life where you will be open to look at additional sources of income? By the way, Jack, I know this is coming completely out of the blue, but based on our conversation, I feel like I just have to ask. Are you at all open to explore outside opportunities as long as they don't conflict with anything you are already doing? So this is when you add the concept of mental judo. Very, very important. There are other concepts, about 2 more that we'll look at. All right. So there's another concept known as you let the dogs out. You do what? All these things are still part of the question that you're asking. But you're adding these concepts so that you enrich that magic question, so that the prospect would not have any option but to do what? To provide you with the answer you are looking for. And also so that you yourself, you don't feel rejected, isn't it? So this is a concept. It's known as you let the dogs out. So give the prospect an obvious opportunity to decline your offer. So give the prospect an obvious opportunity to decline your what? Your offer. If the prospect feels you are backing him into a corner, he will not respond favorably. Show him an open door through which he can do what? Exit. So what he's simply saying is that offer the prospect a chance to say no. Let the prospect know that if he say no, it is also okay. So we are letting the dogs out. We are letting him out. We are showing him an escape route. Telling him that, look, it is okay to also say no to what I'm offering. See, everything is psychology. When the prospect knows that this person is not even, doesn't care whether I say no or yes, he takes it more seriously. But if you are there insisting that, can you not waste your time? Each of him, all the car him, mommy, nekube. Each of him will go. 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 Do you understand? So you see, you need to offer them an escape route. Let them know that this thing is not a must that they must do it. That is the concept of you let the dogs out. Give the prospect an obvious opportunity to decline your offer. If the prospect feels you are backing him into a corner, he will not respond favorably. Show him an open door through which he can exit. The easier it is for the prospect to escape the conversation, the more likely it is that he will accept the offer. The easier it is for him to say no, the more likely it is that he will say yes. Note, if you don't want to recruit a person that is not legitimately interested, Note, you don't want to recruit a person that is not legitimately what? Interested. You want to recruit people that are interested in your opportunity. So it is okay. Those that don't want to look at it, fine. Let them not look at it. If you provide the prospect an exit route and he decides to walk out through it, let him what? Go. You are in a certain business, not the convincing what? Business. All right. So the 8th law of prospecting says, amateurs what? Professionals do what? Sort. So if you have been all about convincing people, then it means that you are what? You are what? You are an amateur, isn't it? Those things are not, they are not good ways of prospecting. Those words are not things that we should be saying to prospects. Alright, so let's look at some examples. Example of magic questions that has the concept of letting the dogs out. You have something like this. Jack, let me ask you something. I know that we just met, so let me know if I am off. You see, that is where the concept comes in. You are telling Jack that it's okay to let you know if you are doing something that is outrightly wrong. That you understand we just met. Right? Say, let me ask you something. I know that we just met, so let me know if I am off base. Then you wait for his response. If he says no, it's okay. You say, okay, do you ever look at other ways to make money if they don't take too much of time? So that's a way to let the dogs out. That's the way to let the dogs out. So you are giving him an escape route to say, I'm not interested or I am interested. All right, so quickly. Are we done?
Yes.
Okay. So, for instance, now, let me give us a practical example. So, for instance, now, you met somebody, maybe today, and you got the person's contact, phone number. You stored it. You people have exchanged number, and you just met, isn't it? And maybe when you went back home, you decided to call the person. And at the point in the conversation, you now use this line. Are you following? You now use this line. I say, Jack, let me ask you something. I know that we just met. You're acknowledging the fact that you just met, whether yesterday or day before yesterday. So I acknowledge the fact that we just met. So let me know if I am off base, okay? So Jack will do what? Will tell you, okay, no problem. Then you ask the question. Do you ever look at other ways to make money if they don't take too much time? Remember that you're giving him an escape route to say yes or no. So even when he says no at that point, both of you are okay, isn't it? Because you gave him that exit what? Give him the exit route.
So if he says no, what would you say?
It ends now. The conversation ends. Conversation ends there.
Okay, thank you very much.
And so you see,
No need of persuasion.
no, it ends there. That is the essence of this. Prospecting, everybody must not say yes. Do you understand? You need to have that mindset.
Yes.
That's the essence of this. So if it says no, remember, like we said, it is a sorting business. Are we following? It's a sorting business. So if the person says no, you have sorted him out. He's not for you. He's not somebody that will thrive or succeed in this business. Because the business is not meant for him. Now we move to the last concept for today. This is the last concept we are going to look at. Okay, are you not done? Okay. So after today, if you don't go out there to prospect professionally, now you cause them. Now you cause them. Alright, so we go to casualize and what? And minimize. Casualize and minimize. Coming. Alright, so keep the conversation simple and what? And informal. That is the essence of casualizing and minimizing. So you are trying to make your conversation look very casual. Let it not sound too formal. Right? A relaxed prospect is a willing what? If the prospect feels relaxed around you, you'll be more willing. Speak what? Casually. So this is going to speak to certain words that we use while we try to prospect. Certain words look too formal, especially when you are speaking with an informal prospect, somebody that is very close to you, right? Or in fact, generally in prospecting, you want it to be very informal. So that's the essence of casualizing and minimizing. So don't allow some words, don't allow the use of certain formal words while you are prospecting. So if your prospect perceives that your offer entails a major decision, he will not be what? Interested. By minimizing the significance of your offer, you are communicating to your prospect that he is not making a major what? Decision. So try to casualize your offer. So we're going to look at some words that helps us to casualize and minimize what we are trying to offer the prospects. So let me go on that. Are you not done?
Yes.
All right. So let's look at this. So casualize your words. So these are some words that we are used to. Okay? So where are supposed to say, let's have a meeting. You can say, let's get together. This have a cup of coffee. It's usually not applicable to this. No, you cannot. You might just even take this off. You can take this off completely. You can just say, let's get together and review the information. Instead of saying, or review the info. So for instance now, where you have an appointment, have a meeting, you change it to get together. But when you have let's book an appointment, you can say let's have a short visit, right? Or you can say I can pay you a short visit. Where you have check your schedule, you can say let's compare calendars. When you say let's discuss the details, you can say let's see so that we can fill in the gap. When you are supposed to use presentation, you can say let's have a quick overview of what it is. When you have information, you can use the word info. So there are ways to ensure you casualize the opportunity. So just by changing certain words, you make it look very casual, very informal. That's the essence of casualizing and minimizing. Okay? So we are going to see it used in a sentence now. So this is an example of a magic question using casualize and minimize. Say, Jack, this is really simple. Check out the info on the disk. If you like what you see, we'll visit over half a cup of coffee and fill in the gaps. If you don't, it's no big deal. At least you know one more thing you are not interested in. Okay? So this way, you are equally using let the dogs out. Because you are telling him that it's not a big deal. If he's not interested, it's not a big deal. At least he knows one more thing he's not interested in. So, just snap this. Let's go to the next one. So this script, when you go back, look at it again, then you know which one is practicable in your own circumstance, the one you can be able to use in your prospecting. So at the end of this, I'll give a general script that we can all use. So have you snapped this? So we need to be done in the next 15 minutes. It's almost 1. So prospecting script. Prospecting script. By the way, Chioma, I realize we just met and we don't know each other from Adam. But I would like to ask you a question. Please let me know if I'm off track. Okay? Prospect will say what? Okay. You'll say, are you at a point in life where you are open to considering other legitimate ways to make extra what? Income. Prospect will say what? Yes. You say, I have been working on an exciting business project for the last couple of years, and my team is currently expanding in the city of Oka. When I talk about people with a great personality that could make the best out of it, you absolutely crossed my mind. If you are open to it, I'll be more than happy to show it to you. And just know, it may not be a good fit for you. Maybe you are not even open to it at all. And if not, it's totally cool. Right? So, will you be open to taking a look so we can get together to review the information? Maybe change this to info. To review the info. Do you understand? So, this is a practical script that we can use. You see how it all started, right? By the way, Chioma, I realized we just met. This is for a complete stranger. You can modify it to somebody that, if it's somebody you know, you take away this part. You can just say, by the way, Chioma, please you can say, by the way, Chioma, please, I would like to ask you a what? If it's somebody you know, you don't need to add this, I realized we just met. Do you understand? If it's somebody you know, you just say, by the way, Chioma, I would like to ask you a what? Question. Please let me know if I'm off track, okay? Are you following? Chioma will say, okay. You now say, are you at a point in life where you are open to considering other legitimate ways to make extra income? If Chioma says yes, you now say, I've been working on an exciting business project for the last couple of years. And my team is currently expanding in the city of what? Oka. When I talk about people with a great what? Personality that could make the best out of it, you absolutely crossed my mind. If you are open to it, I'll be more than happy to show it to you. And just know, it may not be a good fit for you. Maybe you are not even open to it at all. And if not, it's totally what? Cool. Then you now ask the final question. So will you be open to taking a look so we can get together to review the what? Info. What will she say? If she says yes, then you set up a meeting, Abi. Actually, you asked me a question earlier. We have addressed it here now. You are asking me what do I say next. Remember when you asked that question? It has been addressed here. Huh? So that's why you go back and practice this now, so that it becomes a natural thing. Do you understand? If it's somebody you met one-on-one, you can still use this. Isn't it? But you need to practice it.
So that you'll not be looking at your phone.
And so you won't be looking at your phone.
No, you won't.
You understand? You need to practice it. But for now, you can try it more with the phone. With phone, call people that you want them to take a look at your opportunity, and use this.
After telling the person all these things, and the person wants to know more about the info, as of what you are trying to show her.
Yes.
What else are you going to say?
That's when we now move to inviting. Remember what we are doing is prospecting.
So I will tell you, let me see it. I don't want to go to any place. Just tell me all about what the thing is all about.
Now, that is why, remember that you stole them here. That is the essence of letting the dogs out. So you gave them an escape route here. If it's somebody that is not willing to take a look at it, it's fine, isn't it? That's why you said, if you are open to it, I'll be more than happy to show it to. Are you listening?
Yes.
If you are open to it, I'll be more than happy to show it to you. And just know, pay attention, and just know, it may not be a good fit for, you are telling the person that it might not even be that maybe you are not even open to it at all. And if not, it is totally cool. You are telling the person that if the person is not open, it is still very fine. So then you now ask the final question. So will you be open? That is why you are now asking them, will you be open to taking a look? So this is where they will tell you that yes or no. So if you are open to taking a look, then you set up a meeting with them, isn't it? An appointment.
What will she say?
No, you're not the one that will show her now. It is just for her to now tell her, okay, this is when. That's because you did not use this script now. Do you understand? If you had known this script before you met her, you would have used this on her. It would have been better. Do you understand?
Only of telling the person about our product and other things.
No. So the thing is, we'll look for a better way to show it to the person. You've met her already. You told her you have. What did you tell her again? Okay, you explained Ultra H2 to her. You've done the presentation already to her. You've done the presentation already. So don't worry. So what did the person tell you when you did the presentation? What did the person tell you? No response.
We have not met one-on-one. I just sent the test.
Okay, is it the video? Do you send her the video?
I sent some.
And she watched the video. And what was her response? She has not responded. So it's follow up now. You just follow up with her. Do you understand? The major thing is you ask her, try to find out if she has watched.